Hey! Welcome to Sunny and Ratchet, your go-to spot for real talk and real laughs with your two favorite hosts who are spilling the tea, but not the wine.
Skies might be big, but the opinions are bigger. This is where you'll find your weekly dose of drama and magic, always served hot and slightly chaotic. I'm the one that likes to tell it like I see it.
And I'm the one who finds the silver lining, even if it's duct taped on.
We're just two women from the Midwest, one the other optimist, and the other a realist, just trying to keep the train on the tracks.
So if you like gossip, world news, unsolicited advice, and good old-fashioned sarcasm, you're in the right spot.
This is Sunny and Ratchet. Pull up a chair and let's get into it.
Hey, I'm Sunny,
And I'm Ratchet.
and we're here today with Jami and Marty, and we're here to talk about some of their work with the Costume-a-con they have coming up, and their work with the Renaissance festivals and stuff too. So we're super glad to have you guys. Do you guys want to maybe tell a little bit about your costumes that you have?
So it's weird for me to call mine a costume since it's clothes I wear every single day of my life. So it's an outfit.
Sorry, outfit.
No, but so I actually play a character. I would work at events. I worked the Norman Medieval Fair, Guthrie Renaissance and Fantasy Festival, which is an event that Jamie and I own and operate together with a business partner. So yes, this is my outfit. That Penwick Pepperton is one of the brothers. There's three of us. We all look very similar because there's three of us and we're twins. I know it doesn't make much sense, but we're gnomes, so it's just the way it worked out. It's the time travel spell. Whole big deal. We can talk about that later if we want. But yeah, Jamie.
Well, what I'm wearing is kind of the cottagecore mushroom character. I really get into cottagecore.
Ready to run through the forest and assassinate bad figures, right? And yeah,
One of the things I love about the outfits that you do is that you make so much of it. Like I noticed that you made the crown. You took a red hat, right? And then you added kind of spots to create the mushroom look, and
Oh,
it's
wow.
impressive. Wow. And you make a lot of jewelry.
Yeah.
The jewelry I'm wearing.
Mhm. Yeah.
A lot of my are at least like 50% of it.
Yeah. How do you come up with those ideas when you make your costumes?
they usually start with one piece. So Penwick. So Jamie makes 50% of my outfits as well. Penwick started with this hat that she made me, and then he has grown into this full-fledged character with two brothers that are. We're all three of us are twins. I don't know if I mentioned that already or not. But one of us is a pirate wizard. That's Marbles, and one of us is the stand-up, 9 to 5. That's Marty, in case anyone's wondering. Penwick's traveling merchant and peaker gnome. But to come up with the outfits, really, it's just you just grab it stuff and you put it together. And if you're comfortable when you go into public, if you're comfortable going into the gas station with it, then your character works. That's the way I feel.
I mean, we did the drive.
We did. So I love though that I
Yeah.
love that you said that.
Yeah, we do plenty of drive-throughs when we are far away from home. Yeah.
Now, and the three gnome twins, you guys actually have a Facebook page, right?
Yeah, we do.
Or group?
That's
How
our
would it be
it's
called?
our Facebook page. It's Three Brothers Inc., the Pepperton twins. And then we all work for the Lost Dimension, which is Jamie and I's business. The event that we're all here to specifically talk about is the Lost Dimension Fantasy Festival and Costumicon. It's just an extension of our business. We're trying to bring arts, costuming, fantasy, sci-fi, steampunk, horror. We're trying to bring all fandoms together into one place, for a place for us all to play, show off our artwork, show off our outfits. And then it's in an air-conditioned building, so we can do it in the summertime and not have to run around with the least amount of outfit possible to survive, right?
I think that is, yes, that the struggle is real
The
with that.
struggle is real.
So, but you also, I think you mentioned that you have some events or learning opportunities as well that will be going on at the Costumicon.
We have two stages. We have a main stage, which will be a more of a performance style stage, and then we have what we're calling the lecture stage, which will be lectures from people, from artists and people experienced in makeup and costuming. So we have a confirmed makeup artist going to come do a couple of demonstrations through the day. We have confirmed our friend Brian Berlin from New World Comics. New World Comic Con is his convention. I believe it's right after ours. I can't think of the dates right now. Middle of August. That's New World Comic Con. And he's going to be making some superhero style mask, just a little demonstration on quick style stuff you can make with your kids, things like that. We have those confirmed. We also, on main stage, we have the Punch and Judy show, which is the oldest puppet show in history. Written history, recorded history. There's probably older puppet shows, but that's the oldest one we know about. And then we have our clown friends, the Silly Gooses, will be there on main stage. We also have the Knights of the Vale, which they are a jousting troupe, a horseback jousting troupe, but they won't be there with horses because we're indoors. But they're going to be doing some ground performances and some explanations on how they practice, how they study, what they do, to try to make it feel more accessible. So if you're interested in any of that, you can talk to them. They're not going to stay at arm's length. They're going to be right there, ready to discuss everything that they have done. So if you're interested in that at all, reach out to them, talk to them. We have the Dirty Reggae Punks, which are a ska reggae band. They have costume performers inside their band, so their songs are all storyline-driven songs, and they have costume characters that play with most of their songs. So staying in the Costumicon theme, that's why we're bringing them here, so they can show off their artwork, not only their music art, but their artwork of the costumes inside the stories that they tell through their music.
Very nice. Very cool.
I mean, that just sounds amazing.
Yeah. And a lot of fun and very,
Yeah.
inclusive. I like that.
And you had mentioned, I believe, that there's going to be Dungeons and D&D, Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. I mean, that sounds great because I know that, so you guys introduced me to some D&D, and it was really neat doing the whole character development. And there's a lot to it and a lot to know. So, yeah. And I can see how somebody who's wanting to learn about it, this might be an ideal opportunity, right? To have somebody guide them through all those steps and things like that. Well, okay, what about you guys? What are your favorite D&D characters?
So if you're asking about a specific character that I played, I had a giant chicken who was modeled after the chicken from Rockadoodle. And
Rockadoodle.
yeah, so he was a little bit Rockadoodle chicken and a little bit of the chicken from Robin Hood. Yeah, Alan Adale is actually that chicken's name from Robin Hood. He was the giant chicken, so he was scared of fighting and everything. He ran away a lot, but he told good stories about how he didn't run away and solved all the problems because he was a bard, so he wrote songs. Uh, and it was right at the middle to tail end of COVID, so I had a lot of time to sit around and write songs and stories that he would tell that I would bring to the game. So that was a lot of fun. And by far my most favorite character I ever played, was a giant chicken. He was the race in D&D is a Aarakocra, but because he was raised by a gnome and had never met another Aarakocra, he thought that it was Aarakocra. Back to the chicken, back to the chicken part of the whole thing. But that was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with that character. I'm playing a disgusting little goblin now who spits and coughs and pukes and poops on stuff. And he's pretty fun too, but not quite as fun as the big chicken.
You're very creative, and I'm really impressed sometimes. Like, there was one time where there was a post where I think my husband like asked for you to post how you met him, and it was one of those like chain posts, and you got on there, and it was like this whole long paragraph of this super elaborate father and son golf tournament story. And I remember reading that and thinking, oh my gosh, if I didn't know Marty, I would think he just like totally like ripped that off from somebody. It was really good.
No, so that's a true story. I actually met Mrs. Featherbottom's. We're actually related. We're a father son. We're father and son. He's my son. I'm the father.
So this is my father-in-law. Father-in-law
Mrs.
Penwick.
Mrs. Featherbottom's father-in-law.
That is definitely not my last name.
It is now.
Yeah. So if you ever get the chance to meet him, just know that his dad's the coolest. But we were we actually did we were father and son golf champions, team champions. No big deal. Nothing to brag about, really. But I can if you want me to.
I'm sure you could. I love what a great team you two make because, I know that you tend to be more introverted, and man, do I get that. And, you're just alive with like chaos and creativity, and but you guys both do so much. Like, we're actually on site or on location at their place. I don't know if you can see all of this stuff just in the corner, but they are so creative. Like, the Lost Dimension is where it's at. You guys do all kinds of stuff.
I really love the toys.
Yeah, we can probably drag some of those out in a little bit.
Yeah, no, there was one
I
I
definitely want
saw,
to, let's see the one that you guys were posting about.
Oh, my
Yeah.
goodness, one? Yeah.
Yeah, that was
was
really
neat.
cool.
I made that one with the face on that. My friend actually does. So he's just an amazing. He's only 22, 23 now. Or is he 20? He might be 20, but he's like 70. He's like 70-year-old man stuck in a 25-year-old body. But he makes beautiful, beautiful pendants, jewelry, bracelets, necklaces. He works with silver, copper, high-ends, like super high. I don't think he makes anything less than $200, at the bottom end of this jewelry. But he started making those faces. Specifically, he was making them to get the eye movement. So there's actually the eye moves around because him and another friend are working on like a huge, I think it's like 4 by 8 foot face that they want the eyes to move. So he's been making these smaller ones. And then once he
Wow.
started making them, he's like, well, now I made these, so I need to sell them, right?
Yeah.
And then once I saw him, I was like, oh, gotta have one.
All right. So tell us about the piece you have right there.
So this is Athari, the Seer of Souls. I was talking earlier before I brought it out, but this is a piece, collaboration piece. My friend made this face, copper and silver and bronze. And so I assembled the rest of it. This is assemblage art, folk art, I think is probably what it's considered. This is fur that I cut away from some shawls I was making. Most everything here is scrap. There's a lot of bones. There's actual leg bones in the legs. So much detail you can't see. These little arms are off of a toy from the 80s that I have just, had the pieces for years and years. This is a pelvis bone, probably from a raccoon or possum.
So cool.
Yeah. And then I make these fantasy pieces. I started, so my original assemblage art, like this, sculptures probably look more like Sid's bedroom. A lot of erector sets and mutilated doll pieces put back together. We started doing the Renaissance and fantasy stuff, so my stuff just morphed as we morphed with what we were doing. So this is my latest piece. Just finished this the other day. Super happy with it. Can't wait to get it out where people can see it. This is also for sale. If anyone, all my art pieces, not all my art pieces, a lot of my art pieces are for sale. If anybody's interested, let me know.
They are definitely one of a kind.
Yes.
One of a kind. You'll never see another. So this piece here, this is another assemblage art piece that I made. Same thing, lots of bones, lots of toy parts in this one. His hands and arms are actually parts from toys that I took apart for this. His jacket is actually a part of a spat or a boot from the 40s, probably.
Oh.
A military spat. Before they made tall boots, they issued the soldiers short boots, and then they would use these up their calf. Anyway, that's what his jacket is. His head and face, that's actually a beaver's jaw turned upside down. They just make these wonderful little faces. I made his glasses out of copper. This is an old piece of his there's an old piece of the curtain here. I made his book, and then I assembled it all. His internal workings are mostly erector set parts, but there's bones. There's so much detail that gets covered up in these things. It's crazy because I work from the inside out. But this guy's known as the Navigator. My daughter actually named him, but I feel like this is the only self-portrait I've ever made because I have basically the same jacket, the round glasses, and I'm always checking out things in books.
I love that. So what made you start getting into costumes?
Well, I've always kind of been interested in them, but I really started when I started really thinking.
Really?
Because you get to wear a lot of pretty costumes and put out the whole world. So I kind of went crazy the first couple of years at dance and bought a lot of pieces. Like adding to them over the years.
Is that when you started doing the art with them? Like your jewelry and like accessories?
I was already making jewelry before I started doing that, but I went way more into that fantasy style when
Mm. Okay.
Have you always been interested in fantasy and cosplay, or is that something that you kind of developed a passion for later in life, or kind of what started it? Do you feel like?
So I've always been interested. I went to an anime convention when I was like 20, 21, something like that, and absolutely fell in love with that. But I never actually did cosplay until I was kind of nervous about it. Didn't really know where to start, and then I just finally jumped into it.
Mhm.
Fun.
Yeah, I mean, you guys make it really fun. Honestly, I don't know if I did any type of cosplay at all until I met you guys, and you were starting that Ren Fair, and I saw you guys dressing up, and not gonna lie, I was a little jealous because like this is awesome, you know.
Fabulous.
Yes, a lot of fun. So
I'm always down to dress up.
So were you always like a big fan of Halloween and stuff like that, or yeah?
Yeah, always been a huge fan. Ever since I was little.
Yeah.
My favorite holiday. And yeah, we'd always go crazy. My mom would like make me costumes. It was great.
So did you learn some of the stuff, some of your skills from your mom then?
Um, she taught me how to sew a bit. Unfortunately, I didn't like pay enough attention to that. She was trying to teach me, but over the last few years, I've like really put in more effort and have learned a lot of skills that I wish I would have picked up younger. But she did teach me how to crochet, and I do that all the time.
Yeah. When I was a teenager, my mom tried to teach me things like crocheting or cooking or anything like that. And I was like, no, I do what I want, Mom. And now I'm back as an adult, like, Mom.
Yeah, really, the only thing I kind of didn't pay attention to was the sewing. Like, I really, really regret that. She tried.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
But you do
do
amazing
yeah.
as is right now. So
Thank you. Yeah, I mean,
I'm
the
really
last couple of years
impressed.
I have gotten better. Like I said, I put in a lot of effort to learn the skills.
I mean, you're just talented all around. Like you do the jewelry, you do the costumes, you do the sewing. It's 50% of your costume, his outfits. So I'm really impressed.
Thank you.
And when did you guys start this your business?
So when did we start that? 2018, I think. Somewhere in there. Just started as like, well, my part of it was just crafting. I would make the jewelry and did some crochet stuff, and then he started doing his art, adding to it.
Mm-hmm.
We were pretty small to begin with, but we really grew.
Yeah. I'm impressed. And I can't wait for it to happen. When's the date again?
It is July 26th.
July 26th.
Think about that. July 26th for the costume-a-thon, and then next March will be our run.
And do you guys have any other events coming up?
So we're gonna be at Oklahoma City Pagan Pride Festival. That's in August.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be at Festival Street. That's in October.
Mm-hmm.
Next weekend we're gonna be in Ada, Oklahoma, for the House of Magic Solstice Festival.
Oh yeah, 'cause this is solstice.
Yeah. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. It's a fun little festival. It's indoors, so it's really nice because it's so hot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that'll be good. And then we'll have couple run fairs in the fall.
Yeah. You guys keep really busy. I'm impressed with all that you do. I mean, I don't think I could do it. And you guys you're amazing because you guys work full time and then you go and you do all this stuff that you love.
We're both kind of busybodies.
Yeah.
We both need to have things to do all the time.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to tell you a story about the day that I met your husband. It was over at my now husband's house. It was our second date. I met your husband. And yeah, he was. I remember Mr. Sunny telling me, about some of his friends. He's like, "Oh, and Marty, you'll like him. He's like a pirate wizard." I was like, "What?" Like I was so excited to figure out like what is that? Because that sounds amazing, And he had his little baton and stuff. He was like, "Well, it's not a baton. It's like what, a wand that he makes?"
Kind of like a wand.
Yeah, and he was just like twirling it, and it was so cool. And so I remember a couple of things. One, I remember him just being this fantastic person, unlike anybody else that you'll ever meet. And the other thing I remember is how much he loves his wife. before I even met you, he just talked about how he was married to the best woman in the world and everything. And so I find it to be so adorable. It's like it's like a reality love story.
And they walk away.
I love that that's the first thing. You're like, hey, listen.
Made me blush a little.
Yeah.
But that's cute.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys are great. Oh,
Is there anything else you want to add about your upcoming costume-a-con?
Well, you can get tickets online. Our link is on our Facebook page.
And we will definitely post it here.
Nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can send you guys the actual link for it too.
Sure, yeah.
And yeah, it's gonna be a great one. It's probably gonna be a little small this year 'cause it's the first year, but we're still gonna have really, really great.
I think the people that go are going to have an amazing time. And then when you do it again next year, you're going to have like even more because people are going to be like, man.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's great.
Is there any event that you're looking forward to the most?
At our event, I really do love the Dirty Reggae Punks. They're a lot of fun.
They
And
sound amazing.
they're pretty awesome, and their costume characters. It's just this whole thing. It's fun. So I think everybody's gonna like that. It's kind of gonna be a little weird because a lot of people are gonna be there for the fantasy part, and then they'll be like, "Why is there a punk band?" But
Why not?
why not? And they're great, so
Mm-hmm.
it'll be great.
I'm looking forward to it. I know that we've got costumes to go for it.
So fun without me.
So much fun. Your wife is so nice to us.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
Yes, I agree. So one more time, July 26th, times 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Bring your best costumes, outfits, clothes, characters, whatever you want to bring. Bring your art, show it off.
Did we
Nope.
say where it's at?
Oklahoma City Fairgrounds, Expo Hall 3. So look for the giant pirate ship out front. We also are gonna have our friend's tiny pirate ship inside.
I feel like there's a story here.
I wanted to call it a dinghy. It's his dinghy. It's a tiny dinghy.
I feel like it fits.
I can't help it. My deck is so much larger. We're also gonna have the Wizard's Tower indoors for photo ops and everyone to come enjoy. My very good friend from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Chris Wallard, is an amazing steel artist. Chris Wallard is his name. He's got art all around Tulsa, Oklahoma. He's gonna bring his Galaxy glider down for all of us to enjoy. We're gonna have a little sci-fi space corner just for him. Check out his work. He's built a giant 20 30-foot robot. I don't know, a huge robot that's mobile, that moves around its arms, its head. It rolls around on its own, under its own power. A robot, disco bot, I think is what he calls that. He's got another red two-legged robot that you can climb in the cab of. He's not bringing any of that. He's bringing the Galaxy glider, but I'm so excited that he's going to be there for this event. Getting him out of Tulsa to Oklahoma City is a big deal, I think. So we all should go check out his work and give him the likes and the thumbs ups and all the things we do on the socials. Chris Wallard, Galaxy Glider. What other art do we have coming? I think that covers most of the big art that's going to be there. If you want to bring some, contact me. We'll figure out a spot for it. But again, bring your outfits. July 26th, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Costume contest at 5 o'clock. Prizes and giveaways for the costume contest winners. What else do we got going on that we need everyone to know about? Oklahoma City Fairgrounds, Expo Hall 3, July 26th.
Be there or be square.
Be there, be square.
And I just want to clarify, just, for sure. It always is, but it's family friendly, right? So like
Family
people would want to even bring their kids
Bring your
and stuff to
bring
this.
Your kids,
Yeah.
Bring your kids' outfit. Bring your kids' art. Let's see what they have to offer. We're not ageist.
Which we are going to do
Yeah, there will be a kids.
costume contest.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Good.
15 and under will be a category, and 16 plus will be a category on prizes. So,
Hmm.
uh,
How long did it take you guys to organize this?
we started 2 months ago.
You guys have done all of this in 2 months?
I cannot believe that. Wow.
You guys are superheroes.
Three months and a week, I think, is what we had total when we were like, are we doing it this year? We actually had talked about this. I've been talking about it for this 2025 would have been 3 solid years that I had talked about wanting to do something in the summer at the Oklahoma City Fairgrounds, and I just had to either do it or stop talking about it because that's kind of the person I am.
Mhm.
So contacted the fairgrounds, got all the logistics. We went up there and did a side visit and talked to the organizers up there and decided to drop the hammer. And this is just the first year, so we're already planning 2026. So just be ready.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really, really looking forward to this. It's going to be so fun. Thank you guys for, 1, letting us come do this in your amazing home, 2, talking to us today, and 3, for putting on such a cool event. I don't know if I've ever really heard of anything like this, so I think it's great.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Well,
See you guys the 26th.
yeah. See you in July.
Boston Mansion Fantasy Festival and Costume-a-Con.
Woo!
And here's to shouting into the void.
Here's the shouting into the void. Woo!
Good boy.